Hello, my name is Samuel, and I am here to present to you the impacts of rising sea levels on the Pacific island nations of Tuvalu and Kiribati and a call to action. Tuvalu and Kiribati are small Pacific island nations located in the central Pacific Ocean, located approximately between New Zealand and Hawaii. Their tiny land footprints spreads over an expanse of water close to 5,000 miles wide. Kiribati currently has a population of 106,081 people, whereas Tuvalu has a population of 10,149 people. Tuvalu and Kiribati are often associated with rising sea impacts of global warming, with World Bank predicting tens of millions being displaced by rising sea levels over this century. A rise of 1 metre would effectively sink these tiny nations, raising a plethora of potential humanitarian issues for not only Tuvalu and Kiribati, but also Australia and New Zealand. In 2007, the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change predicted that by the year 2100, the global sea average would rise by 18 to 59 centimetres above the 1980 to 1999 average, mostly due to the thermal expansion. As limited land is already an issue for life in atoll nations, this creates an issue of overpopulation on limited land mass. Not only is diminishing land an issue, but also agriculture, coastal systems and water supplies are affected negatively. Ocean warming, flash flooding and droughts will have a dramatic impact on food production in the Pacific Islands, as majority of rural people live and depend on subsistence agriculture. Scientific studies show that in absence of adaptation, damages could cost from 23 to 52 million per year by 2050. Kiribati and Tuvalu are also vulnerable to coastal flooding, as higher rates of erosion and land loss are expected as they are atoll nations. Estimated costs of damage are expected to be $1,419 million per year, associated with a 30 to 50 centimetre sea level rise. Livelihood in Pacific Islands is very dependent on ecosystem services. For example, mangrove production could potentially decline by 1 to 13%, associated with an increase of 2 degrees Celsius to 4 degrees Celsius temperature increase respectively. Water stresses will also become stretched, as changes and variations in climate because of limited size, availability and geology and topography of these nations will impact it, especially rainfall. Having looked at the facts, it is pretty conclusive that we need to do something as a globe to help reduce as much emissions as possible, which affects these low-lying nations much more than others. So what is being done about it? The Australian government has joined forces with Kiribati's government to create the Pacific Climate Change Science Program, which is an adaptation initiative focused on current and future climates of Kiribati. Tuvalu has developed the Tuvalu National Strategic Action Plan, which is an initiative focused on disaster risk management. Migration is seen as a possible option for many islanders. More importantly, what can you do? You can help stem the flow of greenhouse emissions in many ways. Start using public transport or carpooling to take more cars off the road to minimise pollution. Ride a bike to work. Use solar panels, which uses natural resources. Walk to as many places as you can. Use candles as opposed to electricity. Read a book instead of watching TV. Recycle. Use a compost heap. Use a rainwater tank, using natural resources wisely.